All right, what's going on, Tuck? How you doing, man?
What's up? What's up, my brother?
Man,
What's going on?
Man, I'm happy to have you here on the platform. I know you do some incredible things in the community.
It's a pleasure.
First question out the gate is, who are you and how do you define yourself?
Man, my name is Terrance Tucker, man. I am the son of Gussie and James Tucker, man. The two, two people who I look up to, man. And they defined me by their hard work, man. My dad was a pastor. My mom was a hard-working woman. So, when they combined, man, they made me, man. So I have those intangibles right inside of me. I'm very hardworking. I'm a lovable person. You know what I'm saying? But I love my community. And both of my parents were deep. Like they were deep. With the community. Like they love, giving back. You know what I'm saying? And that's instilled in me. So that's who I am, man. Service is who I am. You know what I mean? Service. Mentoring is who I am. I would not have gotten this far, without mentors, man. And, what I'm saying, without people guiding me along the way, you know what I'm saying? And I think that one thing about me, man, is that my family is who I am as well. My family, the Sallys and the Tuckers, man, both sides, man, made me to be a respectable gentleman, you know what I'm saying, a lovable person. Yeah.
That's dope. What would you say, and you've kind of captured a bit of it on the front end, but what would you say is your story as it pertains to vocational? Like, what's your story?
Man, I mean, well, a brief synopsis of it, man, just a guy that was doubted, man. I'm an underdog. Shoot, man, counted out many times. You know what I'm saying? The only people who probably did not count me out was my family. But I went to C. Johnson High School. Shoot, man, most people know where that's at, man. That's in the middle of the hood. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of good positive mode, male role models there. You know what I'm saying? I just so happened to be good in sports, real good in sports, man. But we didn't have anybody telling us, about the, next level, which was college. You know what I'm saying? My guidance counselor told me, my mom, man, that I was not college material. So we believed it because she's the what? She's the professional, correct? So when I left high school, man, got all these awards for football and basketball, but I became a janitor, working for, Dutch Fork High School, man, for several years, man. And there was a principal there named Dr. Witt, man, that saw something in me that I didn't see. My mom and dad didn't go to college, so college really, wasn't preached in my house, nor my neighborhood, none of my friends went to college. So he came to me one day and, when I was mopping the doggone gym, and he was like, hey, man, what are you doing here? And I was like, well, what you mean it's my shift? You know what I'm saying? He's like, no. What are you doing here in my school as my lead janitor? And I'm like, well, hey, man, it's a job, So he said, then I kind of told him what my guidance counselor told me, and he was like, man, here's why you're college material, because you come to work on time every single day. You never leave until the job is done. And whenever these teachers talk about you, man, they talk about your character. You know what I'm saying? You're always saying, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You never, you're a hard worker. That makes you college material. You know what I'm saying? So from that, man, he kind of helped me, with the assistance of my aunt, man, the beloved, man, Dr. Judith Sally. They kind of teamed up together to kind of get me in school, man. The best HBCU in America, man, South Carolina State University, man. Go Bulldogs.
I can attest to that.
And yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, man. And don't ask me how they got me in school. It might be illegal. You know what I mean? It might be on CNN. And We don't want to go into that.
No probate. It's all
Yeah,
good. It's
right,
all
right.
Look, hey,
statute of limitations might be up
hold
though.
on. I came in under academic probation. So
Okay,
it's
yeah,
all right.
so you know how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Come Doc. Yeah.
But yeah, man. So the rest was history, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
What would you say has been the biggest misconception when you talk about starting the T.U.C.K project? Like what's the biggest misconception about what you did and what you do?
That it was gonna stop. You know.
I love
it. That it was just gonna be like a 1 year thing and then fizzle out, phase out. But I think that people, because you have so many mentoring programs that start because of clout. You know, they want some kind of popularity, or they want the picture taken and the photo bombs. They want to show everybody, we out here helping these. You know, we changing these young men's lives, and then they start sleeping with the mothers.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? They're messing with the teachers and principals and stuff like. Yeah, I'm just being real with you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But
saying so.
The T.U.C.K project, man. You know, I wanted to create something that was, first of all, respected. First of all, my community first. Because we started with 5 young men, and we ended up with almost maybe 195 young men.
That's awesome.
But we built it solely off consistency. You know what I mean? Staying consistent, man. Never, man, forgetting about the mission. You know what I mean? And always trying, to enhance the vision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And putting these young men's lives first. Most of them have already been disappointed by one man. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So we try to make sure that, and one thing that we realize that we can't help all of them now. Life gonna have to teach some of them. You know what I'm saying? Can't help all of them.
I'm with it, yeah.
But we can try our best to, let's say, expose these young men to their greatness.
For sure. And
put them in position to where they can win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's part of even what this podcast is about. It's called Imagine Exposure. That's the whole goal. Like, how can we expose them to dope people who do a variety of different jobs, 101 different jobs, go different schools and places, and just bring it to them. You know? So thank you. I appreciate that.
Right.
Who are some people, and you kind of touched on this already, but I think it's important. Who are some people in your vocational story in which you are most grateful for?
All of them. But to call names out, to be detailed, man, first of all, would definitely be my mom and my dad, because they gave me they gave me my DNA, you know what I'm saying, to never give up or never quit. And that right there, man, built my foundation, because when I got into this whole, when I started working and I started building relationships with people, there were times where you will meet so many barriers, and so many people doubted you. But I think by the character my dad put in me, that allowed so many men to trust me, and that allowed people like Dr. Stanton, my professor, man. When I was in the master's program at South Carolina State, man, to be a pivotal part of my life.
Awesome, yeah.
And his wife, man, Dr. Hollis Stanton. My aunt, man, Dr. Judith Stanton, you know what I'm saying? But just nobody talk about their peers motivating them. Like my friends were my were my biggest motivating factor, because my main goal was to, surround myself with people that I looked up to. You know what I'm saying? That motivated me, that helped me accountable for my actions.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And shoot, man, guys, man, like, man, Cody Martin, you know what I'm saying, Rodriguez Rogers, you know what I'm saying, guys like that, man, but I gotta give a huge shout out, man, to Dr. David Stanton, man, because without him, I probably wouldn't even be sitting here, you know what I'm saying, because my first real job, that is when I left my master's program in 2007, was in Washington D.C.
Mm.
You know, working for the government. You know, and that was a job that I didn't even apply for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was solely his connection.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm never been past North Carolina. You know what I mean? So the fact that I'm living I'm living in DC, but I'm working 2 buildings down from the doggone Capitol.
Yeah.
You know, and I was a janitor like 5 years prior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just my hard work, you know what I'm saying, and you know, and my dedication to change, you know what I'm saying, helped as well. But you're nothing without, let's say, the reference of somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You can never do it by yourself. You know what I mean? And I think that that it all started with my DNA, man. You know what I'm saying? And my dad made sure that no matter what, because listen, your character will take you places money can't. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that, bro.
That's super deep, man. So one of the questions I like to ask, because we have young people who are going to be watching these videos, how do we reverse engineer it? How do we flip it, right? And so the question is, how did your childhood passions as a kid prepare you for your adult career choice?
Well, I saw a lot of young men who did not have mentors. They made a lot of bad decisions. I saw a lot of young men who were upset because their dad was not in their life. I saw a lot of talented, you know what I mean? I saw a lot of wasted talent, and it wasn't their fault. And I always said, man, that if I, you know, God gave me the opportunity to be in a powerful position, as far as not even powerful as far as money, but as powerful as far as motivating others. If He ever gave me that ability, man, or those resources, that I would come back to my neighborhood and try to provide an opportunity for young men to be exposed to more. Because I feel like, man, listen, man, going to, you know, South Carolina State completely changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I had no vision, like no purpose to do anything but wake up and go to work and come home, or drink a beer, watch basketball, football, wake up and do it all over again the next day. You know what I'm saying? College and going all these other places, you know, start my own business and stuff like that wasn't even a near thought. But I think by me being exposed to men that were doing it, you know, and doing it, you know, that let's say at a real high level, and were consistent and had passion, and they had no malice intent behind it.
Right.
I think sometimes, you know, seeing that, man, and noticing that's hey, man, that's you know, that's me right there, man. You know, I want to be a bridge builder. You know what I'm saying? You know, somebody who creates an opportunity for more young men to come over to take care of their families. You know what I'm saying, back home. So yeah, man, I think that's definitely it right there, bro.
That's awesome. All right, so this question is challenging. Some people don't think it's challenging because we're asking you to use the economy of words to sum it up real quick.
Okay.
How would you explain what you do as a professional in one sentence, and then how do you explain what you do in one word?
In a sentence, we're building kings.
Okay.
Period. And shoot, one word is God.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. Man. What do you love the most about your job?
Well, so I have multiple jobs, man, but if you want to, you know, relate it to my mentoring, that right there, man, you know, that particular word, seeing young men grow, you know, it's, you know, people don't realize It's almost like when you plant a seed into the ground and sit there and you water it every day, every week, and you water it, and you water it, and then you start seeing it grow. Start seeing it grow. That's mentoring right there. I water these young men. We plant so many seeds. And we water those flowers every single day, every week. And some of them may not grow as fast as others. But when they blossom, you can sit back like a proud dad and be like, wow, look at this. Mm-hmm. When they start getting those letters from colleges saying, hey, we want to offer you a full ride. Mm-hmm. Or, hey, man, you have been accepted to this university. Mm-hmm. Or, hey, when I get a call saying, hey, man, I'm graduating from the Air Force Academy. You know what I'm saying? Or hey, man, listen, without you, this wouldn't be possible. You know what I'm saying? And then you start getting calls from mothers. And the mothers are saying the same thing, like, man, thank you. Like that lets me know that what I'm doing is purposeful. And I never, I guess, of course, whenever you're trying to do right, do good, man, you have goals and ambitions, man. You get a little discouraged about certain things. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you have to have a strong mind to surpass that discouragement. And that's what a strong foundation comes into play, because when you got a strong foundation, no matter what storm comes your way, you'll be able to withstand it.
Okay. Yeah. You talk about storms, withstanding storms. What is the biggest challenge in your work?
Man, these young men are challenged, man. Young men who have mothers who limit them.
Okay.
Every young man's first love is his mother.
For sure.
And sometimes it's tough when you have mothers who try to treat the young man like they're their husband.
Okay.
And don't want them to leave the house. Don't want them to go here or work here or go to this school far out or do this because they want them here.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, how you expect him to be a man if you don't let him grow? You know what I'm saying? And then you have those mothers or guardians, because who they're trying to raise somebody that they're not even dating. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you trying to raise Barack Obama, but you keep bringing a doggone yin yang twins around him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? No, like, how do you want him to be so great when you're exposing him to so much negativity? Sure. You know what I'm saying? Sure. That's kind of counterproductive. And I feel like that sometimes is my biggest issue. You know what I'm saying? Is we can handle them when they're outside the home, but when they're in the home, that's another different story right there. Yeah, but that's my biggest challenge, man. Just sometimes the mothers can be, extremely difficult to, work with. Yeah. Okay.
Does a person need to take any steps to be certified, or I think you talked about being a nonprofit? Like what are the steps? What are the like the actual nuts and bolts to either become respected in this profession or certified in your particular role?
Well, as far as the whole mentoring nonprofit, I did like everybody else, man. I went and got me, I went and started the LLC.
LLC. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm in the works of becoming a 501c3. I should know about that the end of April.
Okay.
And just getting out there, man, beating down these school doors.
Yeah.
Working with these counselors.
Yeah.
Working, guidance counselors, and working with these principals, working with these teachers, and being consistent has been phenomenal. And word of mouth, references is huge, but man, word of mouth is huge. You know what I'm saying? Social media is huge. You have to market yourself. And you have to let people know what you're doing.
Yeah.
and you have to do it, you know, at a level where it's consistent. But your life, what you do,
For sure.
has to match the energy that you want to actually come in. So if I'm out here mentoring, but I'm on social media drinking and smoking and doing all kind of wild stuff, how is that matching what I'm trying to get your son to? You know what I mean? So I think that first of all, you have to want to do this. Now if you're tied to money, I mean if money is your object, the way you no, let's say if money is your goal here,
Right.
then it's the wrong business.
I hear that.
It is the wrong business.
Yeah.
But if you have a purpose and you have a drive to want to change man's life, God will bless you beyond measure.
Go.
You know, I used to, you know, when I would do my motivational speakings, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, I was traveling for, man, 2 years without getting a dime.
Right.
Just nothing, man. And you know, I was starting to get a little discouraged at one point. Like, man, I'm about to hang this thing up, man.
I'm sure that's real.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I remember like one day when I told my mom that I was about to quit, you know, speaking. I was like, man, I ain't doing this thing no more, man. It's stupid. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third, man, I'm mad. Georgia Southern called me the next day.
Wow.
And was like, hey, you know, send us your invoice. I want you to come down and man, you know, speak to these young men down here. I was like, wow. And they paid me a pretty good penny for that. And that right there kept me motivated. So now with the, T.U.C.K project, not only do we mentor, we also do empowerment speeches. You know what I'm saying? And we also help the homeless. We give to the homeless once a month downtown Columbia and downtown Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah, okay.
We connected where we have partnered with the Harvest Food Bank. So we go down there, man, and we, you know, shoot, man, we give out clothes, man, toiletries, you know, socks, of course, shoes, you know, snacks, you know, some hygiene items. And we've been doing that the last 2 years, man. We don't really promote it, as we used to, because I just feel like sometimes, you know, stuff like that shouldn't always be in the news. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really. Sometimes I feel bad about, you know, letting people see people when they're at their, when they're at their lowest.
That's true.
Yeah, but
that's a good wrestler to have, I think.
Yeah. But I love it.
No, yeah, for sure.
You know, I like going downtown Columbia and seeing my clothes on people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it makes you feel good.
Like you help.
Yeah, man. But just the volunteers by itself, brother. I mean, I got so many volunteers, and the T.U.C.K project is nothing without two people, man. My young men, you know, and my volunteers, man. Man, without them, we probably wouldn't even be sitting here right now. Yeah.
Let's see. You talked a little bit about having to work more in the volunteer role to you were able to build out. What advice can you give to someone, especially young people, about negotiating salary or the value of their services and their career choice? And the reason I asked this question, I had a colleague who I used to work with, and they were like, well, you know, when all of African American people would come and they wouldn't negotiate salary year to year, but other groups, other backgrounds and stuff like that, like they would negotiate every year. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what encouragement can you give to the next generation about negotiation?
I think you gotta know your value.
Okay.
And you have to believe in what you're selling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or not even what you're selling, but what you have to offer. You know, and it has to make sense, man. It has to make sense. Because a lot of us, you know, we want everything, but we haven't put in anything. You know what I'm saying? You haven't put in the work. You know what I'm saying? The blood, sweat, and tears for this. You know what I'm saying? Your resume doesn't match your ambition. You know what I'm saying? You have to know that like, you know what I mean? You have to know what level you're on as far as your product.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what you're selling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, or what you're offering.
For sure.
And then once you build your resume up, you know what I mean, in whatever discipline you're in,
Mm-hmm.
then that creates opportunities for you to negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
But if you come to me with all these demands, and I look at your resume or your portfolio,
Mm-hmm.
and you haven't put any work in, there is no negotiation. You're gonna buy my price only.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then
That's
you
right.
take what I give you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But if you come to me, one thing is for sure, man. Two things is for certain. People will find talent.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to look for it. Like, you know what I mean? They'll come find you. When you're good and when you have been networking
Mm-hmm.
is paramount to anybody's success.
For sure.
Becoming uncomfortable, because that would open up doors and that would open up some pockets.
Mm-hmm.
That by itself will provide some hires that you never would have imagined.
For sure.
I mean, like I told you, I didn't have a resume when I finished my master's program. When I was in a master's level, I completed it and couldn't find a job for almost 6 months.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I called my guy, man, Dr. David Stanton. I thought I had a job already.
Yeah.
Because I knew so many people.
Right.
He said, okay, give me a week. And you call a guy. I never forget, man, this lady named Dr. Walters. She come with a real sweet, man, northern voice. She say, she was like, your name is Tucker? And I was like, yes, ma'am. We need you to come up here to D.C. to talk to us. I was like, yo, I'll be there tomorrow. Like, I gassed up my Cadillac, man. But I was on 95, like, within a minute.
Yeah.
I was gone.
Yes, sir.
And that was a blessing, but I had did my internships.
Yeah.
I did my practicums.
You already had the resume.
Yeah, my resume was there. I was the doggone district manager for Walgreens right there
Wow.
for 2 years.
Wow.
Really 2.5 years. Me worked at both of them.
Yeah.
The one right there and the one down how was that street?
You talking about?
No, it's two Walgreens in here
The
though.
one by Hardee's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one by Hardee's.
Yep.
I worked at both of them.
Okay.
I managed both of them.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My resume was there.
Yeah.
But
okay.
sometimes it's about who you know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So put in the work and network, man.
Mm-hmm.
Networking. You're only as good as the people that's going to speak on your behalf as far as your work ethic and your work. And that's why I tell my young men this all the time. Like, when you start getting to an age to where you start to go on trips a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and you start looking up the hotels and stuff like that, the first thing that we start to do nowadays at my age, we looking at the doggone reviews.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Okay?
No, that's real.
So I'm going to see what everybody else saying about you.
No, that's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Before I spend my money.
That's real.
Jobs are the same way.
Yeah.
They gonna look at your doggone reviews. Like, yo, you worked with this cat before? You have? What 1 to 5, what is it?
That's real.
Right?
That's real.
And that's why your character on social media
For sure.
matters.
Mm-hmm.
Because you come to me, right? Looking for a job because this has happened. And you give me your full, your full government name.
Mm-hmm.
Guess where I'm going?
Social media.
Straight to social media. I'm going straight to social media.
That's real.
Huh?
That's real.
Yeah, I see what you say right here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what you say right here.
That's what it is.
Huh?
That you on it.
Because that's my money going in you.
That's it.
Right? That's my investment.
That's real.
You ain't messing up my investment because you're my hire.
That's real.
Now, we all got bosses.
Yes.
that means that I have bosses. I have to answer to.
That's right.
So you're not about to mess my money up.
No,
right?
You said a word.
Okay.
You said a whole word.
I'm telling you, man. So you got to watch what you do on social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get your platform right, man. But make sure that you connect with the right people, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So appreciate you sharing that. And just for the sake of like time stamping this day, whatever.
I'm good, man.
No. I was just wanted to add what you said about Walgreens. So today is March the 16th, 2021. A lot of people don't know this, but in the years of the Forbes 500, Fortune 500 magazine, that's 66 years they've done this particular magazine. And they put out, this is like the top 500 companies in America, top GDP, top in terms of employment. I think it's like they employ like 28.7 million people throughout the world. They've only had 3 black women CEOs.
Wow.
To yesterday, the 15th, if I'm not mistaken, they employed. She's the only one. She's the only one. Fortune 500, 3 out of 66 years. Her name is Rosalind Brewer.
Wow.
And so just a little timestamp on Walgreens, because like this is a dope conversation. But even in a global conversation, what Walgreens has been doing is kind of dope.
Hey, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
They own it.
One of the things that let's see, when it talks about based on what you know about your vocation, what advice? So this is the time machine question, is what I try to call it. What advice would you give yourself if you could go back to the first day of the job? You go back on the first day of the job and you talking to yourself. What advice do you give yourself?
On my professional job. So professionally, I'm a licensed therapist. Okay. I've been a therapist now going on 15 years. Oh. So I worked in DC, man, San Diego, in Charlotte, and now I'm in Augusta, Georgia. Yeah. Right? And we're for a hospital down there. If we're talking about professionally, I probably would have took my craft more seriously going into it. Now, I was just having fun, living life, traveling, doing a bunch of stuff. And I was doing the bare minimum. Just doing just enough not to get fired, right? But because I didn't think that was my purpose. That was something that I was just good at, right? But my purpose was, mentoring and stuff like that. Speaking to kids. But I didn't find that out until later on in life. If I can go back to start when I left grad school, I probably would have got more certifications. Got my license much quicker, and I probably would have certifications, man. Whatever your profession is, make sure that you get every licensure or certification there is. Get it early. Yeah. Early. And you may not get it the first time. You may fail a couple times. I'm telling you, that money that you spending trying to get it, you're going to get it back as soon as you pass it. Okay. Because you're always in high demand. Especially being black young men. There's not that many black young men licensed in anything. True. They only licensed that they carry guns. That's it. Okay. You feel what I'm saying? There are so many young men who are not licensed therapists, licensed counselors, even licensed teachers.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I know that, yeah.
And we need more brothers and we need more sisters.
I agree.
To step up to the challenge.
That's real.
Yeah.
All right. A few more questions. How do you prepare to one day transition from this goal? What's in game for what's retirement? What do you ever see yourself retire?
No, I never retire.
Okay.
God will have to retire me in my grave.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really see that whole sitting on a porch and drinking Kool-Aid every day. I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a working man.
Yeah.
I love to work, and you know, I like to work out. You know, but I just want to pass the baton.
Yeah.
You know, if that makes sense.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And trying to impact so many, you know, try to impact more young men to start their own nonprofits, go to college, and be family men or traveling men. You know, see the world. I mean, get out and expose yourself to more. I would love to do more for my university. You know, South Carolina State University.
For sure.
You know, build a, solid relationship there. But I just want to make sure that people have benefited from my existence. You know, that's my main goal. So I'll probably never retire. The end game is my funeral. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be working until then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to change young men's lives, trying to change men's lives, trying to change my communities.
Yeah.
And trying to be a living example of, a man for my younger generation, and, my family members, and so on and so forth.
All right, we got 3 more.
Take time.
What I like to do, and put it in different digital spaces and stuff like that. If there were, let's say, you are a person who likes to develop young people, right? What are, let's say, 3 steps, 4 steps to being a good mentor? Do you have anything like that, like 2 steps, 7 steps, 5 steps to be?
I don't have steps.
Okay.
It has to be inside you. Excuse me. You have to want to do it, man. I swear to God, brother. You have to want to help young men. Like, just there's no guidebook. There's no blueprint to it. Because it's very attractive to certain people when you're on, social media, and you're getting these pictures of all these young men. You saying, "Yeah, I'm out here mentoring. I'm doing this," and then you only did it for about 5 months or 3 months.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And those young men know when like my little nephew said, when you ain't keeping it 100.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
They already know you. You full of S.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, man, ain't nobody. You trying. Okay, all right, yeah. But they know when somebody is being 100 with them, and when somebody genuinely wants to help them.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Mentoring is about pulling, and you try to pull the best out of people. I mean, you try to pull everything they got in them out of them.
Bro.
And sometimes some young men don't, they don't want to be pulled. They want to be pushed. You know what I mean? And pushing can sometimes create, a little friction. Because you're trying to push somebody to, go faster, or go farther.
Yeah. Than
they might have wanted to go.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And so you gotta know, what young men to actually do that with. You know what I'm saying? Pull or push. You know what I'm saying? And you have to meet them where they at. Meet them at their level. I don't go around my young man, talking how I talk around, businessmen. I mean, I talk on their level. You know what I mean? You meet them where they at, go to the camps or the park, neighborhoods, you know what I mean? But but that's why we love going to these schools. That's why we have mentoring sessions within the schools, because I feel like that's where you capture the most young men when they leave schools. You have no idea what environment they're going into.
That's right, yeah.
And you ain't trying to go back to their environment because you just don't know if it's safe or not.
No, that's cool.
But while they're in school, they're safe. They, you know what I mean? And they have been fed. You know what I mean? And the teachers want them there.
Yeah.
The guidance counselors want them there. And if you're good enough, they will want you there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the Tuck Project these last 3 years we've done a great job, man. Building those relationships with the schools.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if there is some kind of blueprint to this, build a relationship with the schools.
Mm-hmm.
Get out there, man, and then get to know these teachers, get to know these principals,
mm-hmm.
learn the difference, learn the difference makers in your district.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And become a part of that community, because there'll be doors that will open if you are seen,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and when your work is seen, and when you don't go in there fraternizing.
No, that's real.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
the Tuck Project, and I'm gonna say it. The
Yeah.
Tuck Project has not slept with no teachers, no principals, no guidance counselors.
Yeah.
We keep it 100.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what my mother grade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how we keep getting contracts, because we keep it. We keep it professional. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We ain't coming in there trying to, oh, she look good. Ooh, yeah, we coming there. Where are your young men at?
How can we help?
You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's my primary focus. So, if I could say anything, tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision.
And know your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure that, you connect with the right people.
Dope.
Yeah.
In your own words, one Terrance Tucker quote, one Tuck quote. What would you say is your quote?
Oh, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
There it is.
Yes, sir, brother.
Any final thoughts? Anything that you are working on? You want to promote? You want to, the hashtag, anything like that?
Man, so I do my little, my little, my community vibes podcast, of course,
sure.
where we highlight people who are doing phenomenal things within their respective communities.
Mm-hmm.
And just recently, last week, I started the Bulldog Report podcast, where we're gonna highlight special Bulldogs like yourself who are doing, phenomenal things. And not only that, but we're going, to report the latest and greatest, in regards to South Carolina State University. We're gonna try to expose the brand a little bit more, because we know a lot of times, man, the HBCUs get a negative vibes from so many people who are not affiliated with the university. And I think that is our time, special alumni, to control that narrative. You know what I'm saying? We have to make sure that we take care of our university. If you had a child, you want to make sure that your child's public perception is good, right? I mean, you got a brother or cousin, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we have to start treating this thing like they're our kids or something. Like we have to, protect that Bulldog brand. Now some people may not even care about it like me. You know what I mean? But I care about it, so I'm gonna try my best to protect the brand. But that's it, man. The Tuck Project, male mentoring nonprofit, man. Listen, we're gonna keep mentoring and try to, change lives, man. We have so many empowerment, speeches lined up, going throughout the whole summer. So that's gonna be fun. Got a couple college tours coming up in August. That's gonna be fun. Hosting a Juneteenth celebration. That's gonna be super fun.
Yeah.
So Tuck Project, man, we moving. God has been good, and we gonna keep giving him all the praise, and we ain't gonna stop until he bring us home. Yes, sir.
What's up, man? I appreciate your time, effort, energy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro.
That's all good, baby.
Yes, sir.